Welcome back, everybody, to For the Sake of the Parlay. Today is May 25th, 2026, and what we're going to do today is review yesterday's parlay of the day with our alternate line suggestions and give you today's parlay of the day with our alternate line suggestions. All right, so let's get right into it. But before we get into today's video, let me tell you why you should subscribe right now. We are PPCs here, and PPCs are professional parlay creators. Parlays is what y'all want, and parlays is exactly what you're going to get here on this channel. We specialize in A-leg parlays, and we do this full time. We're giving you parlays consisting of all types of bets, including player props, totals, and spreads across all major sports, including the WNBA. Next, this is a collaborative channel consisting of two people. We are lucky to have two PPCs in this channel, and the architect and the voice. Obviously, I'm the voice, but the architect is really the one doing a lot of the planning, designing, and managing throughout the parlay making process. Without the architect, there would be no channel or none of these parlays. Lastly, and most importantly, we are giving you free daily content with picks and receipts. This is our 49th day in a row of posting parlays with reviews. We are showing you our actual betting slips and the results. We are going to keep posting and showing you the results because we don't get tired like Kevin Gates, and we ain't never scared like Bone Crusher. We ain't new to this, we true to this, y'all. So let's start off with our review from yesterday, May 24th, 2026. And why these reviews are important is they're going to be very helpful the next time you make a bet. We want you to go look at one of our old videos and see if we bet on a player or a team and see how they did for us. And then next, we're different from other channels. Other channels are just giving you picks. We're giving you picks and reviews here. All right, the reviews are very important. So yesterday, we wound up going 4 out of 8 picks and another frustrating parlay of the day. And just remember, you can tail our parlay even though we've been losing. But in our losing parlays, we've been giving y'all good individual picks, all right? So some of our picks have been going green, just not our parlay. And just remember, we are still grinding and we are still improving as we're on a search for our first channel win. But here are the results from yesterday. First, we were wrong about Sonia Centron recording 2+ threes. Then we were right about the over 2.5 team total goals for the Vegas Golden Knights. Then we were wrong about the over 8 runs in the Texas Rangers at Los Angeles Angels game. We were right about Rafael Devers recording 1+ hit. We were wrong about the over 2.5 team total runs for the Washington Nationals against the Atlanta Braves. And then lastly, in the 3-pick same game parlay, we were wrong about Casey Wallace recording 15+ points, rebounds, and assists. Right about Wemby recording 25+ points. And then we were right about the Spurs winning on the money line. So first, we were wrong about Sonia Centron recording 2+ threes. And I really was about to go in on her, but I'm not, because hey, it didn't matter anyway. We lost this parlay, but the Seattle Storm wound up beating the Washington Mystics 97-85. And as you can see here, Sonia Centron, she went 0 for 2 for 3-pointers, all right? So not only did she not record any, but she only took 2 and she missed both of them. And like I said, I was going to go in on her, but I just realized that, damn, you know what? It wasn't that terrible of a bet because she clearly is the best player on her team based off these stats, all right? She led her team in minutes, points, free throws, rebounds, and steals, all right? So she was very active and she had 16 points. Looked like she was all over the floor. She played 32 minutes, but she just didn't come through for it. So yeah, probably maybe next time she will record at least 2 threes or at least make one of them. But yeah, it was just a bad pick on our part. Next, we were right about the over 2.5 team goals for the Vegas Golden Knights against the Colorado Avalanche. And the Golden Knights definitely covered this bet for us as they won 5-3 against the Avalanche. All right, and what was very interesting here is the Avalanche got off to a 3-0 lead, and then the Vegas Golden Knights scored 5 unanswered goals to cover the bet for us and win the game, all right? And lastly, as you look here, Colorado's goalie Wedgwood, he saved 18 out of 22 shots. And then Carter Hart, he saved 32 out of 35 shots. But the difference is the Vegas Golden Knights only put up 22 shots and they won the game, all right? And they had an empty net goal. But yeah, this just tells me that they're taking higher quality shots. It's not the number, but it's the quality. And that quality helped them get 5 goals, win the game, and cover our bet for us. Next, we were wrong about the over 8 runs in this Texas Rangers versus the Los Angeles Angels game, and the Angels wound up winning 2-1, and they wound up winning on a walk-off hit in the bottom of the 9th inning. As you can see here, there's only 3 runs scored the whole game. But the real story here was the starting pitching. And you remember how I said the other day that if you see this box score and you don't see the starting pitchers, they didn't do well? Well, that was not the case here. As you can see, there was only 3 hits given up by the Angels, and then 4 hits given up by the Texas Rangers, and that was because my man Reed Detmers, he pitched 8 innings, only giving up 1 hit, 1 earned run, which was a home run, and had 14 damn strikeouts, all right? So he pitched lights out, and then Bachman came in at the end of the 9th inning, and he had 2 strikeouts and gave up 2 hits, but it didn't matter because the Angels wound up winning off a walk-off hit in the bottom of the 9th. But Gore, he pitched very well. The Rangers, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 earned run, and 7 strikeouts. And this dude Collier, he's the reason why the Angels won the game. He gave up a hit, but it was due to an error. But anyway, it was a hit nonetheless, and that's the reason why the Angels won the game. But my man Reed Detmers pitched lights out, 8 innings and 14 strikeouts. That was a career game, and yeah, our bet did not go over 8 runs because of Reed. Next, we were right about Rafael Devers recording 1+ hit, and the Giants wound up beating the White Sox 8-5. But a good reason behind this because Devers got 2 hits. He went 2 for 4 with 1 run, 5 RBIs, and 1 home run. And as you see here, he hit a double in the 1st inning and got an RBI, and then he hit a grand slam, all right, in the 5th inning. That's the reason why Devers is on the list. He got 2 hits, and 1 of them was a home run, and 1 of them was a grand slam. So yeah, that's the reason why he's on the list, and he most definitely came through and went green for us. Next, we were wrong about the over 2.5 team total runs for the Washington Nationals against the Atlanta Braves, and the Washington Nationals wound up winning 2-1. And this game was very messed up because it was a whole bunch of rain delays. It was a rain delay to start, and then they had a rain delay in the middle of the game. As you can see here, it says Griffin, the starting pitcher, and the Nationals beat the Braves 2-1 to give Atlanta its first home series loss of the season. All right, so that means that the Washington Nationals have been playing very well, and as you can see here, the Nationals scored 1 run in the 5th and then 1 run in the 8th, and despite the rain delay, both starting pitching staffs did very well. As you see, there was only 3 runs scored in the whole game, and Griffin for the Nationals, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 0 earned runs with 6 strikeouts, and Perez, he's a starting pitcher for the Braves. He pitched 5.2 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. They both did well. It was a messed up game because of the rain, but yeah, as you can see here, it was only 3 runs scored, and I feel like if it didn't rain, the Washington Nationals definitely would have got at least 1 more run and came through for us. But hey, we'll do better next time. Lastly, in the 3-pick same-game parlay, we were wrong about Casey Wallace recording 15+ points, rebounds, and assists, but we were right about Wemby getting 25 or more, and the Spurs won. They won 103-82. They blew out OKC Thunder, and now the series is tied 2-2. As you can see here, Wemby, he came through for us. Early in the 3rd quarter, he went green with 25 points, and at halftime, he had 22 points, all right? But he ended the game with 33 points, and he really helped the Spurs win. But Casey Wallace most definitely did not come through. As you see at halftime, he had 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, and then he finished the game with 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, all right? And he only played 7 minutes in the second half, and he only scored 3 points to add to his total, so that did not come through. That did not go green for us. We thought he'd get more playing time as he started, but that did not happen. So let's see how our alternate lines did from yesterday, May 24th, 2026. First of all, we recommended taking the Spurs with a plus 5.5 spread as they were the favorites. And as you can see, they definitely blew out the OKC Thunder. So we didn't even need the 5.5 points. They won outright. So that was definitely a good recommendation. Next, we recommended Sonia Cintron to record at least 1 3. She didn't record any threes, and she only attempted 2 threes. She went 0 for 2 from 3. So this didn't hit. Neither did our 2+ threes in our parlay of the day. Next, we recommended over 6.5 in the Texas Rangers and Los Angeles Angels game. And yeah, there were only 3 runs scored total, and the Angels won in the bottom of the 9th inning with the walk-off hit. And yeah, this over 6.5 did not hit, and neither did the over 8 in our parlay of the day. All right, here's what y'all been waiting for. Here's today's parlay of the day for May 25th, 2026. And just remember, we specialize in 8-leg parlays here. That is that octopus, all right? That is that raw parlay ticket. And we are finally going to turn it into some calamari so we can have a channel win and eat good, all right? But here's the parlay of the day. First of all, you can see we are going to turn $7 into about 1,000, all right? And we're definitely going to do it today. Today is the day. First of all, we're going to take this under 9 runs in this Colorado Rockies at Los Angeles Dodgers game. Then we're going to take the over 81.5 team total points for the Portland Fire against the New York Liberty. Then we're going to take the Montreal Canadiens on the money line against the Hurricanes. Then we're going to take the over 11 runs as an alternate line in the Seattle Mariners at the Sacramento Athletics. And then we're going to take the under 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings for this Philadelphia Phillies at San Diego Padres game. And then lastly, we're going to end this beautiful parlay with a 3-pick same game parlay. We're going to take OG Anunoby to record 23 plus points, rebounds, and assists. Evan Mobley to record at least 15 or more points. And the Cavaliers to win on the money line so they don't get swept against the Knicks. All right, first we're going to take this under 9 runs in this Colorado Rockies at Los Angeles Dodgers game. We like this because Colorado is one of the best under teams this season, okay? And the reason behind that is because they're not good. And then when they play outside of Coors Field, which what they're doing today, they don't score many runs, all right? Next, Sheehan, the Dodgers starting pitcher, is expected to do very well. His over-under and his strikeout prop is about 6.5, so he's probably going to be striking out a lot of these Colorado Rockies, and that's going to keep the game low. Also, another thing that'll keep the game low is the Dodgers have an elite bullpen. So once Sheehan leaves, the Dodgers are going to keep the game very low scoring. And then lastly, we like this because Dodger Stadium is a very pitcher-friendly stadium. All right, and these games are usually played at nighttime, so they're usually a little cooler. And there won't be many runs scored, and we expect this to go green for us and hit under 9 runs. Next, we like the Portland Fire to record at least 81.5 team total points against the New York Liberty. And we like this because the coach's system emphasizes pace, quick ball movement, and spacing. And this up-tempo approach consistently yields high assist numbers and more scoring opportunities and possessions. Next, the team has balanced scoring. The team frequently sees multiple players reach double digits in a single game. This depth makes them difficult for opposing defenses to lock down and avoid scoring droughts. And then lastly, the Fire have hit this in 5 out of their last 6 games. So we're expecting them to score a lot of points, and we're expecting them to have a close game as they are pretty big underdogs, like 13-point underdogs against the Liberty today. Next, we like the Montreal Canadiens win on the money line against the Carolina Hurricanes. And we like this because Montreal, they are home dogs, and they're playing at the Bell Center, which is one of the loudest arenas in all of the NHL. All right, so hockey in Canada is huge. Just like football here, it's a very big home game for the Canadiens. And then next, the Canadiens have won their first game in the series 6-2. So Carolina was dominating all playoffs, keeping games very low scoring, and people weren't scoring on them, but the Canadiens broke through in that first game and really exposed their defense. And then lastly, one big thing is Dobes, the goalie for the Canadiens. He's been playing extremely well, all right? So Canadians have a pretty decent offense, and as long as their goaltending holds through, they can mess around and win this game, and that's exactly what we need them to do to come green for us and win against these Carolina Hurricanes. Next, we like this over 11 runs as an alternate line in the Seattle Athletics game. And we like this because if y'all didn't know, the Athletics no longer play in Oakland, and they haven't for like 2 years now. They play in Sacramento, and Sutter Park is a very hitter-friendly park. All right, also, the weather is expected to be warm in Sacramento, so that's even better hitter-friendly weather. And then next, both bullpens are not consistent. They usually have been giving up a lot of runs late in the game. And also, Savali of the Athletics, he gave up 5 runs and 3 home runs in his last start. And then Seattle also has a very strong offense with Rosarena, Rodriguez, and Cal Raleigh. So we definitely expect this game to go over, and it'll go over 11 runs. Next, we like the under 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings in this Phillies at Padres game. We like this because the Phillies played last night and they have to travel across the country to San Diego, and they only scored 4 runs in 3 games in their last series against the Guardians. The next, Vasquez of the Padres, he's only surrendered 3 or more runs in 2 of his 10 starts all season. All right, so he's not going to be giving up a lot of runs, and that's not going to happen against a struggling Phillies offense. And lastly, Jesus Luzardo, he's been good on the road. He's the Phillies pitcher. He's actually really good, and he should keep the Padres low scoring as well. So we definitely like this under 4.5 runs to hit in this bet. Lastly, we're taking a 3-pick same game parlay. We're going to take OG Anunoby, record at least 23 plus points, rebounds, and assists. Evan Mobley to score at least 15 points, and the Cavaliers to win on the money line. And we like Anunoby to record 23 plus points, rebounds, and assists because he's a very efficient scorer, and he usually gets around 15 to 20 points a game anyway, all right? Also, he's a very physical rebounder. He gets about 5 to 6 a game, and that's 21 points right there just on the low end, right? And then lastly, he's a starter, and he's going to get a lot of heavy minutes as the Knicks are going to try to close out this game against the Cavaliers. He averages about 35 minutes a game, and just over the course of the game, and him being like 3rd, 4th option on offense is going to help him get at least 23 plus points, rebounds, and assists. Next, we like Evan Mobley, record 15 plus points. And I like this because he's been averaging about 17 points a game this postseason. Also, his athleticism in the interior helped him get 24 points in game 3. All right, so he's more than capable of getting at least 15 points by averaging 17, and he's able to get at least 24. And also, he logs heavy minutes as a swing player and a backup forward, so he's on the court a lot. All right, and the coach like to utilize him quite a bit, and they're definitely looking to play their best players as they don't want to get swept against the Knicks tonight. So Mobley definitely will record 15 plus points. Lastly, we like the Cleveland Cavaliers to win on the money line, and very simply, this is an elimination game for the Cavs, okay? And hey, it's win or go home. Next, the Cavs were one of the best teams in the regular season this year playing at home, all right? So they have a good, tough environment at home for their opponents, and they play well at home. Next, Mobley and Allen, who we just talked about, Mobley, they have really controlled the paint. They have the better big men in Cleveland, and they're going to be able to get a lot of rebounds and kick out to the guards of Donovan Mitchell and James Harden to score points. And then lastly, one really big thing, and the reason why this is a very good bet, is they had a really big lead in game 1. However, the Knicks wound up coming back from like 20 to win that game. But Cleveland can and has the potential to win this game, and they will go green for us and make this series 3-1. All right, here are the alternate line suggestions for today, May 25th, 2026. First of all, we're going to recommend taking OG Anunoby, record over at least 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We took him for over 23 point rebounds and assists, but obviously giving yourself that extra 3.5 points could make the difference in your parlay as you are giving yourself that cushion. Next, instead of taking the Montreal Canadiens on the money line, we're recommending taking them on the plus 1.5 puck line. This is a better bet because we just need them to make the game close, and we don't need them to win, as we do in our parlay of the day. Giving yourself extra goal and a half could make the difference in your parlay. Next, we are recommending taking the under 10.5 runs in the Colorado at Los Angeles Dodgers game. We are taking the under 9 runs in our parlay of the day, but giving yourself an extra run and a half is most definitely a better bet, as we are expecting this game to be a low-scoring game with Colorado's offense being terrible and also playing at a good pitcher's park in Dodger Stadium. And just remember, with our alternate line suggestions for today, a better number equals more cushion. For example, in this Colorado Rockies at Los Angeles Dodgers game, the under 10.5 runs is better than the under 9 run. Also, that better number always equals less odds. For example, the under 9 runs is minus 122, while the under 10.5 runs is minus 210.